What's up guys, it's Canadian, and today we're doing another Orisa VOD review. This is another review for my amazing moderator and subscriber, Kaden Vieira. She is subbing in for a team in a scrim in this VOD. It's a gold level team, she tells me. This match was played on February 20th, so it's very recent. We are recording this on February 21st. So this is a very recent match. She's playing Orisa, so we'll be looking at her positioning, shield placement, supercharger placement, reloading, ability usage, all that jazz, and hopefully we can help ourselves and help her be a better Orisa player. So let's get into it. Into it, not into it. Damn it. I might have to edit that out. Whatever.
So
I see the
we
Orisa shield.
yeah, we can go
Yeah, they have a bad.
pretty much the only way we can go. Watch out for this fair on the left.
Don't be afraid to use the
Get on high ground is always good.
Alright, so let's see here. So right here, right when you see this light up, everything about how you play tanks has to change when you see an enemy Bastion on the field, right? Because he just shreds tanks. That's his whole, he's like a shield shredder and he shreds tanks. So you placed a shield, which is fine because you didn't see him. But now that you do see him, definitely I would backpedal this corner and either like contest on this bridge, try and like pull him because he's not shielded right now. So you might be able to pull him down, pull him to like if you like put a halt over here, it will drop Bastion, like turreted Bastion, he will fall behind this piece of cover, right? It's kind of like a really cheeky pull as Orisa. You're not necessarily pulling him off the high ground, but you're denying him sightlines. So that's another pull you could do. It's actually a really, really good one. I can't believe that hasn't occurred to me before. But yeah, you can pull him behind a piece of cover, which gives your team room to move up. And when he's resetting, right, he's not in turret form, that's a small window of opportunity for your team to like capitalize. So I'm not saying you've done anything wrong. I'm just saying this is definitely a big threat to us.
Get on high ground is always
Yeah,
good.
fortify makes sense, right? You did it after his shield broke, so good discipline there.
Pharmacy.
And so we were trying to pull. I remember you were warning me. You said like your first 4 or 5 halts were questionable. So you did warn me in advance. So thank you for warning me. So yeah, this first one, yeah, probably could have done something a little better with that one. So like now that Bastion is shielded, so if you look at the angle of the shield, it looks like this. There's no gap here. So you could shoot a halt over here and pull him behind this piece of cover. That's like your best bet at this point. Or else your team needs to break the shield and then you can just pull him off the high ground.
There's a Bastion with the Orisa shield. I'll try and pull him.
I would probably right when you started jumping down,
Bastion with the Orisa shield.
right here, I probably would have initiated a reload because you're not fighting for about 2-ish seconds. So this would be a good time to reload. Target selection is still good, trying to push D.Va off the cart. That fortify was definitely a little early, still got about 500 HP on that shield. Yeah, see now you got stuck during your fortify, 2 seconds left in this fight with D.Va, and then now you're reloading. So that's why you just wanted to reload that tiny bit sooner. Pulling him behind cover is a pretty clever move. Yeah, I can't believe I never thought of that. Actually, that reminds me. I'm going to add that to the Orisa guide script right now, before I forget that. Here, you guys can get a little peek of this. Here, alt fire. Pull Bastions behind pieces of cover. Alright, no more peeking. That's it. That's all you get. So yeah, this one again, this is another, so the main thing here is look at this shield, right? It's so cracked and so broken, and we just reloaded. So definitely I would have finished off the shield and then pulled Bastion down on the low ground. Yeah, look, the shield broke too, like just like a couple seconds later. 76 ammo. You had 76 ammo and both cooldowns. You could have just placed a new shield and kept firing, or you could have fortified and kept firing. If you had fortified, I would have said place a new shield. So yeah, you should have placed a new shield and kept fighting pretty much. Why is I was like I'm hitting space and I was making dots. Yeah. Yeah, so I know I don't want to repeat myself, but yeah, definitely like a halt right here would do work.
Okay.
Yeah, fortify makes sense.
If we need something, go Junkrat, but we're gonna need something to go with the shield unless.
Yeah, you guys are gonna need something for shield break for sure.
Oh, I'm sorry. Farah.
Oh, this is it. This is the time. Here it is.
You, Luna.
Oh, you missed.
Farah,
You missed. No, you shot it a little low. So close. The Orisa died, which was huge. That's unfortunate.
You, Luna.
You had the right idea though.
Bastion, Mercy.
Dang, that's a field bet. And they're gonna get the Orisa res too. Oh, that sucks. Oh, no, you can't ignore this. Ooh, I say that, but Diva's such a juicy target. No, I take it back. This is way better. Like, this Diva is literally the only thing that have it stopping you guys from pushing cart, like, in terms of bodies on the cart. So if you demech her, then that gives you more room to deal with the Bastion Orisa, like, trench, or that are entrenched. So I ignore what I said. Definitely go for the Diva. She's weak. You've got almost a full magazine. You've got both cooldowns. Bastion just died. Like, I know you went into this before Bastion died, but this is just kind of like icing on the cake. Oh, so this is another thing that I've been kind of doing is when enemy healers like overextend like this, I will then turn on the healer because don't get me wrong, like there are plenty of times where I will just like in my head I'm like, okay, I see the healers there, but I'll just kill the tank first and then kill the healer. But the healer is making it so much harder to kill the tank, and if you're not getting pocketed also, the advantage is like in there for it. This is basically like a 1 versus 2, right? So I'm trying to personally do a better job because the whole thing about shooting tanks, and maybe I need to be more clear about this, is when they're like you don't want to be going out of position as a tank to really like get to the squishy backline, like get to the high priority targets, right? As a Orisa, you wouldn't like flank to try and kill a Zenyatta, right? That's not your job. But if the squishies, literally like walk up to you, then it makes sense then to like go after the squishies, if that makes sense. So so an opportunity here is you could put a shield down so you're blocking the Diva from firing, and then you could turn on this Mercy, who just used Guardian Angel, so she doesn't have her mobility cooldown for about another second. So you could halt her like into your face, you could dink her in the face and like punch her, and then that makes the Diva a lot squishier. Oh my god! It's exactly what happened. We need to get some otter claps, cause that is literally what I was saying. Place a shield and go for the Mercy. Perfect. Yeah, that was good. I mean, if Farah had shot one rocket at her, cause she was about like 100 HP. So.
Diva behind us.
Nice kill there. Look at that. You used your whole magazine, right? If you had been reloading, the enemy Valk and the enemy Coalescence would have healed that Orisa. But because you've been getting much better at reload management since the first time I reviewed you, you managed to get one of those like crucial kills. So really good job. I'm really the growth. Like the first time I reviewed you, it was on Junkertown. You were that was a Zarya review, but to see that you're really like growing in terms of like reload discipline, it's really cool to see you like secure these kills.
Do you guys know what that Bastion is?
And so this target selection makes sense because Diva's left the fight and Orisa's dead. So again, you move on to the next available target that makes sense. So like might as well go on the Pharah. But now that we see the Diva's back, I'm expecting you to turn onto the Diva. So let's see what happens here. Ooh. Did someone call that she was gonna barrage? Because then, if someone said she's gonna barrage, it would make a lot more sense to be focusing the Pharah here, because you're just kind of ready and waiting to like kill her right as she barrages. So let me rewind and listen to these voice comms. Okay, your Pharah says I have barrage. Okay.
Behind us.
Someone says Pharah's behind us, which is kind of a giveaway she wants to barrage.
Do you guys know what that Bastion is?
I think this is a little bit of luck, because like right here, the Diva is killing your Pharah, so Well, it works out that you are focusing the fair at that time. If we rewind one more time, we're like, as Orisa, we're just missing like tons of shots, and it's not because Caden's aim is bad. It's just because as Orisa, it is hard to hit a flying fair, right? We're like, we missed so many shots right here, and all of that ammo could have been nope, don't look at that. All that ammo could have been expended on the diva, maybe scaring the diva away from attacking our Pharah. So, well, this is a good shutdown that we see. You know, in most games, you're gonna want to turn on the enemy diva. Yeah, see right here, right? She like, your Pharah died right here, and this diva was literally behind you, shooting the Pharah. So that's a little bit of a feels bad. That's a little unfortunate. But you guys do have the res coming in. Oh, make sure you say no shield here because you just used it.
Thank you.
No new shield.
Oh, wait a second, I think I heard it.
Thank you.
No new shield.
No new shield. Okay, it was there. You said it like right as it exploded, so maybe like a tad sooner, but it's there. It's definitely there. The behind us call had me worried. Yeah, that makes sense. That's a good reason. Blah, blah, blah. That's a pretty good reason. Oh, make sure you refresh the shield versus this diva.
Point.
Refresh the shield versus the diva.
Point. Mercy's one.
Uh-oh. Oh, it's so close. You wanted to get it around the corner. All right, I'm kind of expecting you to halt the Bastion back to the other side of your shield.
Bastion.
Oh, rip.
Thank you. Orisa saved my life.
New shield. Yeah, whenever you see an Orisa shield, you'll want to put your own down, because and this is like getting really specific, but in the travel time it takes for your shield to land and theirs is already up, you should, if it's like a 1v1, you will technically win the shield battle because their shield will die faster, but at the same time their shield will be coming back. So if you fight an Orisa, like let's say Orisa was shooting at you, if you fight her without placing your shield, she essentially gets 2 shields and you'll only get 1 shield if you like finally realize, oh, I should place a shield. So you always want to kind of keep up with an enemy Orisa in terms of shields if you can. Okay, shield on the cart.
So much.
You definitely want this baby diva. You do not want her getting back into mech. Hopefully your Pharah just comes in and cleans this up with a rocket. Should I shoot it a bit to overlap hers? Yeah, so that's definitely like that's gonna sound like the Animal Kingdom here, but like an Orisa like 1v1 strategy, like, hi, take your ground. So it definitely does work because it can backfire though. It's high risk, high reward, because if your shields here, let's draw a picture. Let's see. So we've got 1 shield. Ooh, we can even change colors, and we've got 2 shields, right? So there is a pocket in here where one Orisa is winning, right? If the blue Orisa's in this pocket, she's winning because she's shooting through the red shield, and vice versa. So you don't want to do an overlapping shield if the enemy Orisa is already like in there. It's like if she's here and you are here, it's not going to work because she will move into the pocket before you do, and then your shield's invalidated. So what you can do if you want to do this is, let's erase the picture and draw it again, or let's just erase some aspects of it. What you can do is, if their Orisa shoots like a forward shield, like from back here, whoops, that's an eraser. If their Orisa shoots a shield like right here and she's walking up to it, like basically if the enemy Orisa misplays and shoots her shield too far forward, you can outplay her if you're closer and move into that pocket, right? But that's mostly if the enemy Orisa makes a mistake, or if your team is pushing her off of her shield. Like if the Orisa is retreating, then you can do this also because she's not going to move into that pocket before you. I hope that makes sense. I called it, but like when it wouldn't have mattered if they didn't already move. Yeah, exactly. You needed to make the no shield get to cover call out sooner. Like right here, like it wouldn't make, like, see how she's backing off, right? Then you could easily place a shield to overtake this ground because she is not standing by her shield.
Oh, I hate Moira so much.
Baby Diva's up here with Orisa.
Moira's over
Good
here.
comms, baby
Tap.
Divas with Orisa positioning. So like right here again, she's backing up. She also got stuck in a reload. Hard to say if she used her whole magazine or not, but right here, this is definitely the time when, or actually, let's get really nitpicky. Okay, let's see here. When do you get your shield back? 2, 1. Okay, right here you get your shield. She's standing on her shield. I didn't even see that halt because it's a bad halt, but it's pretty clear why it's bad. And I mean, there's not much to say. There's just literally any other use of it would have been better there.
Moira's over here.
But see how you're starting to walk forward? Right when you start doing this like aggressive motion, you can place your shield here. And so what this does, especially if you have a fortified advantage, if you place an overlapping shield and your team is like winning the fight, it will either force their Orisa to back, like she's either going to retreat because you're going to overtake her shield, or she's going to get aggro and try and fight you, which is good for you because your team has healers, you have fortify, and you'll just win that 1v1. So it's a calculated risk that you can definitely take. You just have to know when it will work, if that makes sense. And I hope I hope I have adequately described when it would work. So right here is definitely a time you could have done an overlap. Right when she starts to back up, you should have just walked through the shield instead of like spamming down her shield, because she's just going to place a new one. So while her cooldown is coming back, you need to walk through the shield and deal damage to her directly. Especially because you have your abilities, there's really no reason to stand on this side of the shield when you have both abilities. Yeah, see, look, exactly, right? All that time she was waiting for her shield, if you had walked through her shield and either used Fortify or placed your own, you would have done maybe like 200, 300 damage to her. I keep forgetting how slow Orisa is while she's firing. Yeah, exactly. So that would be one of those times you stop firing and run through. But even then, if you just look at this, you definitely have a backpedal right here. You definitely did back up. And it's really this like slight hesitation where she gets her shield back. Like right now, like this is exactly what I was talking about, right? The enemy Orisa has had 2 shields currently to your 0 because she placed her shield first. That's why you always want to like either keep your shield cooldown like similar to the enemy Orisa's, so you can always match her, or use it when her shield's about to be destroyed. I was like literally just talking about this, and then we see it. So it's actually kind of interesting. I think you're putting too much emphasis on putting the shield on the cart. You can just place the shield over here and win this ground battle, no problem. Like, cause who is it protecting right now, right? There's no one in the windows. There's no enemies over here. These are really the last 2 enemies. So you really want to place a shield to cut them off instead of whatever it is you're trying to cut off.
Watch out for the small arch. On the.
All right. I didn't really think you needed the supercharger there. It was like a 6 versus 2, so that was kind of. Also, this Moira should not have coalesced 6 versus 2.
Where's his one? He's behind you.
Enemy Moira is still alive. That was good.
Keep us on point.
You reloaded. Let's see. You saw her and then you reloaded. That's a small feels bad. Definitely again refresh your shield here just to make it harder for this diva to do anything.
Keep us on point.
Emma went up. There's one.
Yeah, the Pharaoh just kind of flew into you and died.
I have Alpha again.
So here we go. This is the start of the Orisa battle, right? So you guys have Junkrat, and you guys have both teams have Pharah, but you guys have Roadhog. So if your Roadhog is doing his job and focusing down the enemy Orisa shield, this will be an easy push for you guys. You'll just since you and Orisa's shields are matched up in cooldown, both of you will just keep placing them, but you'll be getting more value because the enemy Orisa shield should be breaking.
There's one.
You just spam the shield, Roadhog spam the shield, Pharah spams the shield. Look, her shield is already gone, and you have 300 HP on yours. So if you just rinse and repeat this, you'll slowly keep moving up shields until you literally take the point. Like the enemy Orisa will have to do something creative or aggressive, or the enemy team will have to use ultimates in order to stop this slow push from your team. Oh, the other thing is, I know that you are subbing on a team, but there's kind of a level of communication expected in an actual team environment like you're playing on. So maybe try and incorporate more halt hook combos, ball chain, pulled pork, whatever you want to call it, with you and this Roadhog. Also, now would be a time to reload. See how see how this idle time that's happening? You could reload and get 50% more in your magazine because you're at about half right now. Feels bad. Make sure you keep focusing that shield. That's your whole win condition here. Perfect. Right. You see it, like, look at this, right? You guys smash the shield and instantly. The enemy Orisa should have fortified, assuming she had it. So, oh, make sure you halt her back. Halt her back over here. See, look at this. You got stuck now reloading because you didn't reload in that downtime. So I don't think she'll get away, but if she does, it will be because of that missing reload. Okay, she didn't get away. Also, you should have pulled a bit sooner. So halt and Roadhog, look, if you're not setting up the pulled pork combo, it's what chat's saying, they like it. If you're not specifically setting up pulled pork, what you can do is if Roadhog hooks like a big target like this, when they try to run away, you just literally pull them back, right? You basically get a max range hog hook and then a mini hog hook because of the halt. Yeah, the enemy team has now switched to Junkrat to try and win the shield battle. Remember, focus the diva. You hear the enemy diva on the side here. There's a bunch. These guys are all squishy. They're far away. One of them's flying. This isn't your job. There's a better target to your right. There you go. There you go.
Shield's down.
Shield's down. Good comms. Close.
Nice.
The fortify makes sense because you just use your shield.
Ana's on the right. The Hanzo.
Nice, right? So like what you did right here is what you should have done on that first point take when it was just like a Risamura. You only have like one enemy and this shield is shutting down that one enemy very hard.
Give it pop.
Totally a Hanzo and not an Ana.
I'm behind you guys, go.
Moira behind.
Oh, I was about to say, like,
Moira
right
behind.
here, I would have, so since she hasn't like really seen us yet, I would have halted right away to bring her down, and then if let's say she falls, she can only fade so far. So I'm glad you did halt. It was just a little delayed. Yeah, because she moves away by the time you do it. Yeah, you got to have like a little bit of a faster reaction on that. But still, yeah, exactly. She's still right here with no fade. So your team really needs to kill her. Your blue team should be saying, Moira no fade, you know, on our side. She needs to die. You could get this junk off high ground. That's probably your next best bet for your next haul.
Watch out,
But remember, right here, you've got a diva right here, and then a tiny junkrat. Or sorry, over here. So remember, this is the better target.
watch out, Junkrat is going between the left and right flanks.
Ruiz is up top.
New shield, yeah. Right here, since they're now contesting, you don't have to place a shield in the cart. You could probably place it right here, so you have this corner to play with. You see the enemy healer, you see the enemy diva, and you have all your abilities.
Ruiz is up.
And I'm glad you didn't reload, because right here, I think in the past you might have reloaded, which it would be okay because you're kind of you're doing a small disengage to go on the side of the cart, but you immediately re-engage, and it's only been about 1 second, so you would still be stuck in a reload animation if you had done it. So good discipline to not reload.
Ruiz is up top.
But yeah, the shield needs to go down sooner for sure, because you took what, 120 damage? Yeah. You took 115 damage because you were a little delayed on the shield.
Ruiz is up top.
Oh my god, you took 220 damage because you were delayed on the shield. And then you're standing a bit in front of the shield, so that's either bad positioning on your part or bad shield placement. So I think the shield placement is fine because it's right next to the cart. You just got to make sure you stand inside the shield and then shoot out of it. Which I know it sounds really dumb to say because you're playing Orisa. I just mean in this example here.
He's got a supercharger up top too.
So, yeah, if your hog hooks this diva, he must have just used it because that's like an easy hook.
Thank you.
There we go. Why'd you fortify? Let's see here. Moira tickled you and she kind of scared you, so which prompted your fortify. So that's a little unfortunate. The mech is down. That's really big. Now the focus right here is the enemy Riptire. The Riptire should be the focus of the whole blue team whenever a Riptire comes out because it's just so strong.
Where's it coming from?
Ooh, nice rotation. Very nice shield play.
Me?
Sure, you refresh here in a second. I totally get reloading before you refresh shield. It's something that I do. I can't when I do it, I'm like, was that really a good reload? It's like really hard to decide. So this reload's kind of up in the air because you know, if I'm in your head, you're trying to take more space and you want a fresh shield with a fresh magazine. So I can understand why you'd reload here. Look at all these squishies. My goodness. Okay, hopefully this Mercy dies. Definitely a thing to do as Orisa. When you see a Mercy like flying across, you can like halt kind of midway in her path and like pull her back. So that'd be pretty good here. This Orisa is, I don't know what she's doing. She's being very selfish up here. She's not providing any shields for her team. But really, I think the blue team should collapse on Mercy and then collapse on these squishies. These guys are unprotected. Their one healer's leaving. Orisa's not there, so these guys can definitely die.
Orisa.
Oh my god, what is she doing?
Shield.
Perfect. That was great. Great
Lynn,
target
we
selection
have
there.
the Hanzo behind us to the left.
Nice. Now remember, you can use your halt to kill people.
Orisa
So you
top.
killed the Mercy, no problem.
Shielded.
Then
We
right
have
here,
the-
like, you killed those Hanzos also, no problem. I'm not saying you didn't.
Hanzo
But just
behind
to
us.
make it like a tad bit easier, like you could halt up here, you could just halt them into the wall. Just, you know, it just makes things easier, right? That's the whole. Especially this baby diva. Like if you halt right here and pull her in, and you're nano boosted, she'll die. So I'm kind of hoping that's what happens. Oh, never mind. You just killed her anyway. You don't need halt. What am I saying?
Nice hook.
Damn. Remember, this is a time to reload. I know it's just 9 bullets, but it is downtime. Don't let those 9 bullets be the difference in a fight. Ooh, this is a great halt opportunity. Look at this. He just used concussion mine, and right, you see how he's like trying to strafe? Halt completely like stops strafing, right? So I would definitely halt like right here and pull him into my team and just shoot him in the face for sure, right? Halt is an amazing ability to get those kills. The fortify I'm not too sure about because you did just place a brand new shield, so definitely didn't need that. See how he's not dying? Well, he's gonna die now, but it would have been a cleaner kill from Orisa specifically if you had tried to combine a halt in there somewhere to clean him up. Oh, you stepped on his total mayhem. Rip. That sucks. Does that give Junkrat all charge? It must, right? Alright, so. Ooh, I was just gonna say, actually, I would place the supercharger either like right here or right here. If you do place it on the car, you definitely need to give it a fresh shield. No, you placed it. Why did you place it so far forward? If anything, you should have placed it on the back of the cart or just on the floor behind the cart. So it was at least behind your shield. Now it's in front of your shield. Target selection's good. Look, they're gonna get your supercharger because it was in front of the shield. Does cart block line of sight? It does not because the cart is levitating. Like, if someone was standing on the same level as the cart, sure, but it will reach them underneath the cart. Bastion's on the field. And I want to look a little bit more at this. Okay, so like I was saying, target selection good. You have to refresh shield here. Like keeping shield uptime is so important in crazy fights like this because it gives your team somewhere safe to stand. So every second you hold onto the shield puts your team in more danger. Wow, that was loud. Muffin Cat coming with the 2-month Prime Reese. Wait, I said Prime. No, it is Prime. Muffin Cat coming with the 2-month resub, dude. Thank you so much, man. Welcome back to the Auto Buddies. Good to have you, dude. Thank you so much. for the support. Let's get some hearts in the chat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Because how many months times 5? That's how many hearts you get. Thank you again, Muffin Cat, for the support. I really, really appreciate it. Alright, so like I was saying, every second you hold on to your shield is a second your team's in a little bit more danger because they do not have that protection. Like here, like one thing is like right here, you see, I missed it again, sorry. Here we go. Right here, you see you have 3 teammates with you still. This shield is only protecting you, right? So I would either place a shield here so this guy can kite to it, or go up whoever this is and place a shield here, and then you and this person can stand here together with a shield, and you're still pushing the cart, right? This is something I've seen some Orisas do. They have like a weird, they put a lot of value on putting the shield on the payload, and it's definitely good sometimes, but it's not like the end-all be-all correct place to put the shield, if that makes sense. Shields tend to be very selfish at times. Yeah, it's probably because a lot of us are used to solo queuing. I think you used that halt before you saw the Bastion, and even so, when you destroy the D.Va mech, you want to shoot the halt right here, or like right here on the ground to ground her instantly. Don't give her that extra like flying time that she wants to have to like disengage. So you want to ground her right away with halt. So you definitely want this one or this one. So definitely a missed opportunity there.
Bastion's at the very back.
Yeah, fortify makes sense. Oh my god, Mercy! She could have rezzed you from behind here. That was a mistake.
Down.
Yeah, so now that a Bastion's on the field, you need a corner to play on, for sure.
Down.
So I think I would have played this corner, in all honesty, because this one's a little far forward, right? You have 3 enemies already kind of in the space, so this shield, they can quickly like run through it or get an angle. So I probably would have played this corner and these stairs here to try and, so that does a couple things. So 1, it's safer. 2, Bastion has to rotate now to get an angle on the shield, I think, based on where he's sitting, I think he won't be able to see it. And then 3, it gives them less angles to fight you from. Genmu, what's up? Good to see you. Did I miss someone else? Nope, I don't think so. Yeah, we got the shield, like our own shield kind of forced us into a bad position because, right, look at what happens. The shield breaks, we're not near any corners, it just instantly melted. Instantly, right? So that's the power of corners, you know, as tanks. Tanks and corners, tanks love corners because, especially tanks with no mobility. Trying to see what else happened. Yeah, your Anna's probably not going to make it out too because she, like, this is the corner you were essentially playing, so she has nowhere to hide. If she crosses over, she'll probably die. Trying to drink coffee. Hang on.
Alright, let's go in.
Still resting, Genmu? You just woke up.
We still got time, we just gotta make a strong push. Yep, going to the...
Alright, so right here,
Yep, go.
let's see here. So let's talk about what we can do as Orisa when we approach this scene, right? So I'm gonna field this to the chat. We have all of our abilities. What can we do here? What do you guys think is the optimal play here? I should really turn on the Jeopardy theme while we wait. No, Pit of Death is fine because you have all your abilities. Your team is here, right? Your team is with you. That's the important thing, is your team is here. Pull and shield, yes, but how? If you can describe to me what a specific pull you're looking for, because that's what I'm trying to get is you can definitely pull this Bastion, you know, any which way, but there is like a specific way I'm looking for. Shield, obviously, yep, definitely shield. pulled pork, yeah, basically what you want to do is you want to go for a pulled pork. So here's why. The enemy Orisa made a small mistake, right? Pull off cart towards spawn. Yes, blue strike has it here. Look at this shield, right? It's angled in such a way that there is a huge opening over here. So that's where the enemy Orisa messed up. The enemy Orisa should have placed her shield so it was angled this way. So the only way to pull Bastion, I mean, you could still pull him to the side. It would be a little harder, but the best pull, the most likely pull in this situation is pulling him straight back off the cart versus like exposing him. So since you have your Roadhog with you and you have all your abilities, you can just shoot a halt here, fire a shield, and your Roadhog, if he's on point, will instantly get that hook. The other thing is if I'm defense, I wouldn't want to set up my Bastion on the cart. I'd probably put him in this doorway right here because the doorway is a lot safer. There's only one flank route into this room here, and you still have kind of all these sidelines. You could maybe say against this wall if you wanted more sidelines. You could say turtle against this wall because this is just you're so exposed as a defensive Bastion. Could she backtrack and take high ground? I don't know. I don't know if that would really do much because they're playing a really grounded team. They don't have really many mobility characters, so to go high ground wouldn't really accomplish anything.
Going to the left pasture.
Oh, okay. Oh, come on, where's the Roadhog hook? Yes! Yes, we did it, chat. We did it. Oh. Good job, Caden. Good job, Team Lotus. Also, what's up, Squirtle? That's right, you punished that Orisa and that Bastion so hard for their overconfidence. Whew. All right, you have to yell no. You have to yell shield in 1 second here. This,
Down,
this is gonna be close. Oh, that was really close.
Nice.
All right, Bastion got rezzed. You did it too early, I think. Yeah, you did it too early. Bastion, when Mercy resurrects someone when they're in that invulnerability state, you can't actually tether them. So you had the right idea. It was just like a hair too early. Like right when he just now when he stops glowing, that's when you can actually tether him. So it was really really close. Definitely the right idea. You guys, you can't let them get back behind the shield because look, now they're gonna play a lot smarter. If they place the shield here, and Bastion sets up over here, you might be able to land a halt and pull him from behind the shield, but it would be a lot harder. You'd have to really do one of those vertical pulled porks where you halt up and your Roadhog hooks, but it's much harder to do that one just because so many more enemies get pulled in that situation. Let's see. The timing on your shield breaking and your shield coming back was so close. I kind of want to say you didn't have to fortify, but it's such a split-second thing that I'm not really going to be too critical about this one. Because the unfortunate thing is if you are going to fortify, you might as well move up and take space with your empowered body and then place a shield. But since you place the shield right away, that you basically at that point you are like almost 100. You're like 90% wasting fortify at that point. So if you do end up fortifying before shield, try and do something with the fortify. I mean, if you're doing something as quote unquote not dying, yes, that makes sense. That's an exception to this. But you're full HP. You've got all you have most of your cooldowns. You probably could have, because what you need to do is you need to establish an angle, I think, right here to say, hey, like, because if you let the Bastion set up here, you're going to be trapped in this pit. So if you take space and establish this angle for you, the Bastion can only take away this lane instead of the pit. Yeah, see, the shield is what's going to make the fortify. Yeah, that's what, I mean, I don't know, you did take 200 damage. You took 200 damage by the time you placed your shield, so technically you would have died if you hadn't fortified, so it did work out. I'm being a little, I guess I'm being a TTB a little bit nitpicky, but something also happened with the shield. It like fell down the stairs, which delayed it, and that's where you took an extra 100 damage, just because the shield was like right here, I think is a scatter arrow that got through the shield because it was like falling down the stairs. So that's kind of weird. Ozmeki with the follow. Welcome to the stream, dude. Thanks for following. Ooh, your Roadhog just saved you. That Hanzo was about to get a huge dragon off and your Roadhog stunned him.
Nice.
The Bastion Zen come with Terrified. Yeah, that's totally fair, but where is the Bastion? Was he set up there and I'm blind? Oh, he set up right here. That's fair. That's my bad. When Bastion's there and your shield breaks, it makes a lot more sense to fortify. I didn't notice him there. That's my mistake. Alright, so look what they're doing, right? The enemy team is making the same mistake. They're setting, like, Bastion's a ranged character, right? He does not need to be this close to the blue team. So if they would just set up, like, again, in this room, there are no halts you could do to overtake this position with Roadhog Orisa. But since they're setting up so close to you, you can literally do another pulled pork. You just, like, pull him over here and your Roadhog hooks him.
Nice.
Nice shutdown.
Oh my god, there it is. Oh wait.
Nice shutdown.
Oh, you did. It wasn't far enough. It didn't actually pull him, I don't think.
Nice.
Nice shutdown.
Oh, that's unfortunate. Let's see. He's right here. I don't think he got pulled.
I'm looking around since my whole phone.
So yeah, we need. What do we need here? You guys are down at least Roadhog. He is exposed. What do we do here as Orisa? Alright, here's what I think we do. Let's rewind so I think what we do here is you play this corner, you place the shield here, and you try and get Diva Mech. If you get the Diva Mech down, it will definitely enable your team to be a little more aggressive, really pull off some more plays. So I think that's what you do, because now that you're down Roadhog, it's the pick potential of your team just goes way down, right? All right, perfect. There we go. We're placing the shield. We're playing this corner, right? We're seeing Kaden understands, okay, my other tank's down, so I can't be as aggressive because the combos aren't there. We just used Resurrect, so that defensive cooldown's not there. So we're playing a little more passive, which is what we're going to need here in order to maybe turn this fight into a win. Yeah, perfect. There we go.
This one's ready. I'm gonna stick it on.
New shield injury.
I like the little wiggle behind the corner there. Ooh, you definitely messed up a bit. You had 2 seconds here, and you just used Fortify, so you had to wait those extra 2 seconds. You got a little antsy versus a Bastion for sure. That's unfortunate. Yeah, just a tad too early, just a little bit. And yeah, the Resurrect is down, so your Tracer needs to get a pulse on the Bastion. That's really your best bet. But the thing is, even if you do that, the Mercy might resurrect him. So, man, this is gonna be tough to break. You either need a Lucio to speed in and overtake his position aggressively, or your Ana will have to get like a God sleep.
Shit, he moved. Got this Zenyatta at least.
I am not ready to be deactivated.
Payload's ready. Stay down.
Way.
Okay, this is big. The Mercy's Resurrect is down. So you as the blue team, you have 30 seconds now to kill the Bastion and really punish the red team for it. So so hopefully in comm someone says, Tracer, Resurrect's down, go pulse that Bastion and then we'll win the fight.
Give us
Yep, let's start pushing around mid again. It's too close range of the point to get in there.
Ooh, and the bongo's down. Okay, this is a crucial moment here for the blue team. Okay, remember, make sure you're keeping up with the enemy Orisa shields. I would have liked to see this one. I think it's a little more aggressive, gives you a little more space, and I think this is a corner you can hide behind. But I guess it's better than this shield a little bit, because the Orisa is playing so far back, she is not going to run and overtake this shield. Because now, see, like, your Hog's trying to get an angle, and he's uncovered. He's unshielded. Okay, wow, you guys' shield break is on point. You all smash the shield. He hooks the Bastion, and again, this is a lot of this is in part because the red team does not know where to set up their Bastion, right? If Bastion's actually in the room, okay, if you're the red team, you set up Bastion in this room with a shield, and Orisa is right next to Bastion. If the shield breaks, Orisa fortifies and stands in front of Bastion, right? Then your Bastion is like so protected, and it gives him a small window where he can rotate away from the broken shield. Like, okay, the shield's gone, my Orisa's fortifying for me, I need to move, or else we're both gonna die. So the red team is kind of misplaying, but at the same time, your team is really capitalizing on their mistakes. Oh my god, he didn't die. Look, he wasn't shielded and he died. No, I mean, your shield did break at this exact moment, so in theory he would have died also, but let's see, how much damage does he take walking up? He took this much damage walking up, so if your shield was here, he doesn't take this damage, and he might have lived. In theory, that might be a bit of a stretch, but on paper, he could have lived with a more forward shield. Oh, he's gonna get away. Uh-oh. You're kind of stuck in the open here. Alright, I'm hoping to see you halt Zen like right here and you shoot him in the face. That's really the most you can do right now. Oh, close? Oh, you only have 11 bullets though. Oh, and you so this what we're about to see here is an aim issue, and I basically never talk about aim in VOD reviews because every player needs to improve their aim. But right here, you're trying to track the Zen as he gets pulled, but you weren't already on the Zen. So if your aim is godlike, then ignore what I'm about to say. But essentially, as Orisa, if you're not already like your cursor is not already on the character you're pulling, I think, in my opinion, it's better to just aim at your halt so you get the guaranteed damage. Because, and this happens a lot, by the time, like, let's say your halt's here and your cursor's here, by the time you move over to try and track him back to your halt, he'll be pulled, and then you end up just doing no damage because he like kind of got pulled in the overlap of your two movements, which is exactly what happens, right? You're here. You had to aim the halt, which makes sense. It makes sense you're aiming halt. It's a good halt. But the time it takes for you to do this, and then he comes back, you're gonna miss all your shots. So it's better to just aim where he's gonna be and just like shoot him in the face that way. Like, yeah, unfortunate. You're gonna die. Oh my god, you're not dead. How are you not dead? Thank your healers.
Okay, third down one healer, so let's push the producer.
There you go. Yeah, this is definitely a corner here that could have been played. Not necessarily versus this angle, but versus this angle from the team. Ooh. Okay, so here's another thing that you do, especially when you get nano boosted. Right here, if she replaces shield, you stop shooting and just giddy up, giddy your little horsiness through the shield to take advantage of the nano boost. Because by the time you break the nano boost might be over, and you're gonna be almost out of ammo. So you should have, and if you even have fortify, so you have 50% damage reduction. If you have to, you can fortify and get 65% damage reduction, I believe is the cap. Run through the shield and just blow up whoever is on the other side. Yeah, by the time you walk through the shield, you have 25 ammo.
Go, go, go.
Oh, we're doing this again. Uh-oh. Remember, I think these stairs would be better for sure. The shield on those stairs there. Target selection though? No, don't ignore the diva though. I say that, but at the same time, okay, the target selection here is tough because you've got a diva and then you've got two squishies. However, the one thing I can say is you can use halt to interrupt Mercy's resurrect, but it has to be a well-placed halt. You have to put it, over here, literally anywhere to pull her out of range from the res in order to stop it. And this halt is not gonna, I mean, unless it travels through her and she hasn't finished the res, then you will interrupt it. But for the most part, you want, like, if you activated it right now, maybe it would interrupt it, but I'm thinking that's not what's gonna happen. Yeah, she does get the res on Bastion. This is important. First of all, Orisa's never, ever, ever going to kill full HP Valk Mercy, so don't even try, number one. And number two, the fact that Bastion got res should be a huge flag to Orisa, like, okay, I'm one of the best heroes on my team to deal with Bastion, so he should be your new focus. Because if he just got res, he's probably out of position based on him getting res. That's usually what happens. He will die out of position. So you need to punish that as much as possible. Orisa's dead too, so he's not going to have any shields. I'm thinking the enemy Bastion is going to use tank mode. That's kind of my bet. So as Orisa, you want to get into his face and fortify and just try and protect your team with your body as much as you can. Oh, we're doing this again, and the enemy Bastion is using tank mode. Oh my god, they are transcending, so you literally can't kill him. Okay, so wait, didn't you just place a shield? Oh, this is an old shield. Okay. You fortified 1 second too early. How nitpicky am I being? Let's see. Where is your shield's health bar? Why isn't your shield's health bar on your screen? I'm so confused. Okay, 625. Do you see, what? Did you see that, guys? The health bar for the shield disappeared when you place supercharger. Is that a bug? I think we just found a bug. Huh. I did not know that was a thing. Okay, now it makes more sense why you fortified. That sucks. That needs to be fixed. How have I never noticed that? But yeah, so that sucks because then now you don't know when your shield's gonna die, so then you have to fortify early, so that now makes more sense. Make sure you play. Okay, you are playing shield. You have to instantly replace it too. Right when the shield breaks, just look down and place a new one. Make him waste as many shots as possible on just your shield, dealing no damage. No, he got your supercharger because you didn't have the shield, and the supercharger placement is, again, really aggressive. In these fights like this, I definitely like to, again, right here, maybe on the stairs right here, it's just, and then you place a more forward shield, so they have to go through the shield and you as Orisa to get to the supercharger. You did die. Yeah, you really like putting the shield on the cart. Okay, that was nifty. I like that.
Makes me feel pretty good, to be honest.
Yeah.
Alright, so my first thoughts before this round even starts is that the enemy team is running a Bastion, and they want to get set up. What's your team comp? Okay, let's see. Okay, you have... Okay, so... Okay, you can't really play the door because you could play the door actually because you have Junk Tracer. Tracer can attack from a different angle than the rest of you. Like if you 5 stand near that right hand side and you know attack the door, break shields, etc. So Bastion can't get set up. Tracer can kind of harass from the other side. So playing the door is one of the best ways to slow down pirate ship, right? The whole thing about pirate ship is once they get set up, it's hard to get them off unless you have tons of shield break. But your team does have tons of shield break. Don't get me wrong. You have the Junkrat, the Roadhog, the Orisa. But yeah, to take a fight really early over in this area, even if they end up killing you, you still have wasted their time because if they get set up and then they push, and you dislodge them here, they got all this free space. And this is specifically for pirate ship, where their whole thing is being on the cart. And in normal compositions, you would not fight at the door. But yeah, if you can fight them here and just stall them for a decent amount of time, maybe a minute, maybe 45 seconds, that's 45 seconds where they're not free pushing.
I mean, with Junkrat, pirate ships are pretty formidable.
Something's going damage boosted left.
I saw 2 people left.
That was Junkrat and around
What are they doing?
2% top.
Winston, Diva, Orisa. Alright, that was good. I don't see a Bastion. Alright, well, this is an interesting play by them.
I know, it's just
Fortify. Okay, there we go.
Orisa. I'm gonna drop down.
They're running from the
If you are going to drop down, which is fine, you can move up to this corner because your Hog is playing aggressive. Actually, what I would do right now is either down cart or run like hell because you just lost 2. So I would probably just run up to cart and die.
Oh. Ooh, they have a Winston right above us, dropping down.
Yeah, this is not looking good for you guys. You're dead, which is fine. There's no way you get out of that. So that death is fine. The rest of your team needs to not die though. That's the thing.
You can come fight me if you need to.
I'm on my way. Are we able to block it?
I don't know about this. This is always a question that comes up in Overwatch. Do you fight this? Do you stall this out? Right? You can't just burn time off the clock. The chances of you winning the fight are very small. It's what, a 5 versus 6, and you're down one of your one of your healers. I don't know, because you throw your bodies at it, you stall for time, but they get ult charge. They might use that ult charge to snowball the next phase. I don't know the answer to this one. You'd have to ask. Oh man, yeah, I don't know. This is a tough one.
I'll stop for a little bit.
Good eyes on that trap. Wait, there was a Reaper, an allied Reaper there? Well, this is now a 4 versus 6. This feels bad. Also, you placed the shield, but not close enough to contest. That's probably a shield placement mistake. If you are gonna push for this, and they are this close, you have to place it in such a way you can play the shield and still be protected by it. It's like you're forced to walk through because your other contester died, which then forces out Fortify. That was okay. That was not bad. Pulling Winston the other side of your shield.
Nice.
I mean, you're doing the best you can. You guys did force out Valk by pushing in, so. Oh, but then you guys used Pulse Bomb. No. You guys, you didn't want. C9 is when you're winning the fight, but you guys definitely messed up a bit here. All 4 of you. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 of you. No one was near the cart. That's what feels bad. Yeah, what's up, MGPR? How's it going? So for holding in the street, you want to hold this spot right here.
Coming in with a shield for you guys.
Yep, let's just set up choke again.
You have to turn the corner and disengage now. You can't fight them down your Roadhog and they have supercharger. Yep, there it is. The Fortify, turn around and run. That's good. You need to just farm this Winston from relative safety. Uh-oh. You're dead. There's no way they'll let you live. Yeah, you're dead. No, don't Valk don't Valk like 2 versus 6. That was a bad Valk.
She's one shot.
Named Michael J.
Yeah, that sucks. Your team. Okay, so let's talk about why you lost street. Let's get into some less Orisa specific stuff. So first of all, when you come back, I understand your shield because your team is playing the low ground, so they're kind of forcing your hand here to place these aggressive shields. This Roadhog is playing too aggressive without the main tank, so that's kind of on him. He needs to like as the main tank, right? A lot of where you position for your team is where the main tank is, where are the shields, where are our angles of attack with pulled pork, etc. So your team's playing a bit aggressive, which forces all your abilities. So I don't really need to talk about your abilities here. You just get ulted on and died. But in terms of how to play this defense, when the enemy team is kind of snowballing, what you want to do is you play up here. So if someone jumps in, number one, your whole team can just go on them, etc. You can just blow that person up. You have cover to fall. Like if they supercharge you just like fall back, on the high ground. They don't get free kills on you. They'd have to invest more to dislodge you, etc. And even if someone does jump off up here, you could just use halt and pull them off the high ground and say, this is our point. Your main win condition at this point is you play this high ground, you try to get a pick, like random junk spam, Roadhog hook, etc. And then with that numbers advantage, 6 versus 5, you can turn that into a team fight win and then stall the cart. But your team is just kind of running in and throwing their bodies on a team that has all 6 members and has ultimate advantage, and so you guys will stagger and die.
For you guys.
We don't need to see that again.
She's one shot.
So right here, I like to defend this corner. because you have cover from the stairs, like you can fall down the stairs. You've got the mega here, you can quickly rotate to the back. There's plenty of room for everyone. If you stand here, you can halt these windows and Roadhog can get hooks, etc.
You hate babies?
I don't know.
Okay.
I'll tell you later. We're in the middle now.
Okay.
A little too far forward, just a tad.
Junkrat on the right.
I think you'll be okay. They stopped shooting it.
I have bongos.
So right here, I think was an opportunity for you and Roadhog to get a combo. I don't know what his hook is at, but there's. Oh, I take it back. The Winston shield came up really quickly. That's my mistake.
I have bongos.
All right, remember to place bongo over here on the stairs.
Okay.
Oh, ooh, so close.
I have bongos.
Look, right where you place it,
Okay.
the enemy team can see it, right? You want to place it in such a way the enemy team cannot see it, and they have to move in such a position where it is advantageous for you. You're also placing it when you don't have shield. It's pretty okay to wait for your next shield to place bongo. So you could back up, place it like kind of a little more around this corner. It will reach kind of this whole area, and the enemy team can't really see it. The other thing definitely is reloading before bongo, just like you would a graviton.
Focus on you.
Focus the bit. Watch.
You're dead. You're so dead. So I bet you're wondering how I got here. Well, I died. That's a rip. All right, and so actually let's rewind. Part of this again. Part of why you died here is because the initial shield was too aggressive. You did not have a way to rotate quickly into safety. Like, if you had placed the shield here, you now have a pillar to hide behind. You can rotate. You have some corners to hide behind. There's not a corner there. You have a corner here to hide behind. Your first shield determined where your team positioned. So that's why shield placement is really, really important as Orisa. It's better to have shields that are too passive than shields that are too aggressive. Because being too passive won't get you killed, but being too aggressive definitely will. Being too passive, you could argue, will like lose you the game, but if you're too passive the whole game, then yeah, you'll lose. But you need to have that measured aggression with your shield placement. Instead of just staring at my death. Yeah, I know, this is the face of someone that has accepted their fate. That's what's happening here. Just like, you know, there's like that Reddit watch people die inside. This is that Reddit.
Focus on you.
Focus the bit.
Watch people die inside. Ready? Let's just watch Caden's face.
Watch.
No shield.
No shield.
Watch out. He's ultra shield. Just let him waste it.
Your whole team needs to get out. Whoever these people are, they need to leave. See, they are not currently engaged. They're completely down. They're down 3. They need to not fight. They need to run.
So that's no time.
Hey, good. They are running.
Yep,
That's
so
good.
again,
Roadhog's
it's
being a
also
little.
that
Roadhog's
Orisa
trying to be cheeky,
shield
try to
is
make
like
something
down
happen.
or at least
Trying to make something happen in a 4 versus 6 is how that 4 versus 6 turns into another 4 versus 6 because of Roadhog staggers. Just an FYI.
hard.
Watch time.
Underneath. On this
All right,
side.
I'm glad you're at least trying to shoot the tire. It's definitely the right call. Yeah, he had Wraith form. Come on, Reaper. Oh, she's saying she hit shift. That's what feels bad. Okay, so you're gonna want to play this corner here. Again, it's the same reasons for the first corner. You have the low ground. You've got cover. You've got the mega. The other thing is, like most of these reviews, I'm a reviewer that really likes to focus on you, the player, what you can fix specifically in order to do better, right? I'm trying to incorporate more kind of team knowledge into these reviews. So once you like master those like individual aspects, you can kind of learn the more team aspects. So the team aspect I want to talk about is, since your entire defense, you and Roadhog have not been in sync. Roadhog's either been overextending or you guys haven't been playing together. And that's a big reason why you guys are getting pushed in so hard, because you guys were a force to be reckoned with on the attack, right? We saw a lot of the plays that you and the Roadhog made, but we just have not seen that synergy on the defense. So At some point in this defense, one of you needs to realize, like, hey, Roadhog, we were doing work on attack, dude. We need to like reset. We need to play together so we can, make the plays that we were making. Because the fact that you guys are not playing together is, you can see the effect. You guys are really, really getting rolled here. You need to use my shields in conjunction with the environment more. Yes, shields should always, for the most part, always be placed near some sort of um, actual environmental terrain. So if the shield breaks, there is a backup piece of cover, right? Just like think of when you're playing Reinhardt, right? If you're in the open with Reinhardt and your shield breaks, you're just gonna die because there's nowhere to go. So just kind of think of that mentality. Think of your shield like a little baby Reinhardt. Hey, Genmu Zero gifting a sub to the Legionless. Legionless, welcome to the Auto Buddies. Genmu Zero, you're an amazing supporter of the stream. Thank you so much for gifting that sub over to Legionless. Guys, let's get some hearts in the chat for Genmu and our newest Auto Buddy, Legionless. Let's see here. I know we're well past it, but defending first point, is holding the bridge the best place to hold from? I'll come back to that question. Let's see here. I was doing such a good job not reading chat during this review, but now I'm getting distracted by it. Broken Outlaw, good to see you, man. How you been? I have lots of candy. Nice. Okay, I'm caught up on the chat. All right. Yeah, so again, it's just a tad. It's the same thing as the first one. It's a tad far forward, just like that, a little bit far forward. Oh my goodness, Genmu Zero coming in with another gift to steal your mind. Holy moly! Genmu Zero, thank you so much for another gift. Let's get some more hearts in the chat. Double the hearts this time, guys. Double the hearts as last time for Genmu Zero and our newest Auto Buddy, Steal Your Mind. Guys, welcome to the Auto Buddies. Genmu, you're insane. Thank you so much for the support. This is a scrim, by the way. What was the fortify? Oh, you fortified the Riptire. That makes sense. You tried to pull her off. Oh, it was. Here's the thing, actually. Let's have a little discussion about again Orisa versus Orisa mechanics, right? So here, let's do a drawing board. So Orisa's shield cooldown's 8 seconds. I think Halt's cooldown is also 8 seconds. It's either 8 or 10, I forget. It's somewhere in there. So Orisa versus Orisa mechanics. Let's pretend you had Fortify. I know you just used it to block Reptile, but let's pretend you have Fortify. You don't want to halt an enemy Orisa unless you know their shield is down. You can you can't really wait for their Fortify to be down because they'll either have their shield back or they'll have with Fortify they'll have taken a more defensible position. And so here's what I mean. We have this lane right here, right? That was on screen right now. The enemy Orisa is standing behind a shield. And then our Orisa is approaching this Orisa. So she places a shield. So the first thing to note here is this Orisa has already placed shield. And since our red Orisa was coming back to the fight, we don't know when she placed it. So in theory, you should just expect that they have another shield. So what I'm getting at is if you want to halt an Orisa and take advantage of their position, you wait for them to place a new shield so you know they don't have it, and then depending on where they place it, like let's say she places a new, this Orisa she just resets her shield in front of her, right? Boop. Even though the shield did not change, what's important is the shield cooldown is now gone. So what you can do as the red Orisa is you can halt. Let's pretend that's in the lines. You can halt them to the side, out from their shield, and then you force Fortify out of them because you took advantage of their shield cooldown. So if you're entering a fight versus another Orisa and you don't know their shield cooldown, you can either A, ask your team, maybe they know, or B, assume she has it, and then play around that cooldown with your halt to try and win that 1v1 engagement. So the reason I'm saying that is because right here, as we come back, we use the halt to try and pull her off, but she just has another shield. Right? If we had waited for her to place this shield, we could now halt. You could technically still do it because your halt is still in motion, but you can let it go a little bit farther, like back here and then pull her off, and she's not behind her shield anymore, and your team can try and capitalize on that positioning.
Junkrat.
Ooh, this Junkrat's, see, like, so this is another good example of what good shield placement does. So let's say your shield's here and this Junkrat's flanking you. Don't get me wrong, this Junkrat he is doing a high risk, high reward play, but because your shield's here, the team can't support him, and if your team is on top of their game, they will all just instantly turn and kill this Junkrat, right? Even in a 1v1, Orisa is pretty good versus Junk in a 1v1, assuming you have all your abilities. Even if you didn't have shield, let's say you just placed a shield and this Junkrat showed up, right? You turn on him, you fortify, you dink him, dink him, dink him, dink him, and then you can halt him to kind of secure the kill, and bam, you guys are now up a huge advantage because the enemy Junkrat would hypothetically, he's going all the way around to flank you when he really should just be over here with his team standing behind their plethora of shields.
Right side. Nice.
See, like, this shield makes sense because you do not have the space to place it over by the terrain. You no longer... Wow, they actually are going for the Junkrat. Good job, your team. But yeah, this shield makes more sense because there are no more natural barriers. I could argue maybe place a shield here because you have this doorway here to kind of play with. So this is a position where your Mercy could stand here, right? And your Mercy's in relative safety because she's got a doorway. There's cover, there's actual cover, etc. Versus right now she's probably standing like out in the open. So I'd say this is the better shield, but you don't have time to rotate over there to put the shield, which is why I'm not being too critical of it. I'm just saying if you have the opportunity in the future to get a second to think about where they place a shield, definitely place it like near some cover. Like again, you got this corner, you got the doorway, and this is within range to contest the card.
Nice.
Oh, perfect! You see right there, boom. That is exactly what we were talking about. She replaced the shield, we punished that, we pulled her to the side. So, damn, that was a quick turnaround on that little drawing. Good job, Kaden. Look, you forced her Fortify out too, right? You forced her huge 14-second cooldown with your 8-second cooldown. That's big. That's really big. That is a Orisa mechanic win. If you can get a bunch of Orisa mechanic wins in a game, right? Technically, you just win the game. That's how Overwatch works. Ooh, careful about your positioning though. So you did knock them off, but this is where you'd want to replace the shield over here, because you managed to take back this. If we draw a line through the cart, you managed to take back this area. So now you would want to retake these stairs because the stairs are a really powerful position. Yeah, placing it on the cart, because look how close it is. Especially look at the Orisa. She has an angle on your whole team. So yeah, you could even like let's say you did place it here. Technically, the whole field is open to the enemy team. So your team would have to come over here. Yeah, there is no perfect shield in this situation. Is kind of what I'm getting at, right? Because again, let me go back to the blackboard. We have this lane, right? And here's the cart. There's a doorway right here, and there's the stairs right here. When you place this shield, you kind of, or I'll draw in yellow, you make this a safe zone, kind of this half of the point. This shield would take away all those angles. When you place this shield, you kind of do the same thing on the other side. But this whole center area is still a threat to your team, and there's really nothing as Orisa you can do to take that away. Even if you placed a shield right here, you still have the problems where if the shield breaks, your whole team will just die because they're all standing out in the open. So really, as the main tank, you have to kind of pick one, and then your team has to go with your decision, because you can't do, just like I say with Zarya all the time, you only have so many bubbles, you can't save everyone. Your shield is only so big. You can only do so much with it. That Orisa is just gonna walk through your shield. Yep, she just walked through, and
No shield, no shield.
I like the no shield calls. That was good. Fortifying, you had to because you're literally in the midst of fire. I think this is a case of we got too aggressive with our shield. We pushed him back and then we got a little too excited and went aggressive. You definitely should contest the cart on this side.
No shield, no shield.
Yep, you did. All right. Positioning mistakes are I honestly think positioning mistakes are the worst of all the types of mistakes you can make. And in my head there's only you can make game sense mistakes, which is like, oh, I didn't know that they had transcendence or I didn't know they had graviton, right? And then there's mechanical mistakes where you're winning a 1v1 but then they have better mechanics and they beat you. That's something like you can that's like it feels bad, but you know, they're just a better player than you. But positioning mistakes aren't even that the enemy team is better, it's just that you as the player like played bad. So positioning mistakes honestly are the worst of all the kinds of mistakes that I can think of. Yeah, we got a tad bit excited and then overextended and then we died, the main tank's down, etc. And then your whole team kind of like falls apart.
Thanks, just like them.
Yeah, we could try to. It's too late now, so let's wait.
Ooh, whoa, was that a Junkrat I saw?
It's too late
Who is
now, so
that?
let's wait until somebody
Oh,
dies.
you could punish that.
Let's
Okay,
wait
so
until
here's how
somebody
you
dies.
punish this.
Uh,
Right here, I would place a forward shield, not that big, right here. Kind of quickly kite to the side, and then you can pull him out into the open. You can just run in here with fortify and halt and kill this guy. This dude is like again, his positioning is really bad.
It's too late now, so let's wait until somebody dies.
My God, Caden, you submit the best VODs. I have been. This is gonna be like another long review, but that's a good thing. Like that's because we've been talking about what we can do better. We've been learning. We've been jamming. Your VODs are always so long, or at least like it's a 17-minute game, and I've been recording for almost an hour and 20 minutes. Keep it up. Oh, that fortify was. All right, you got a little scared there, sub 100 HP. So I'll give you that fortify. I'll give you that one. It'd be better to fortify and not die than to not fortify and die because you only have a minute.
Okay.
It's a 4-round game. Oh, that is true. I guess technically at this point I would have finished, but still an hour and 20 is still pretty long. Maybe that's a good point. Maybe I should just stop your VOD right now. Dun dun dun. But no, it's okay. We're already this far into it.
Your shield in 3.
You got Junkrat.
Yeah, so this is one of those. Let's talk about shield placement in this situation here.
You got.
We have a cart literally in no man's land, right? There's no like good terrain for the blue team to put the shield by in order to still push the cart. So this is one of those times where putting the cart on the payload makes sense. Now, to be fair, there is one shield you could potentially do, but it's only if the cart gets far enough. I'm not going to be able to get on screen, but there is a doorway right here. If the cart gets far enough, you can then start playing this doorway and have some additional cover if the shield breaks. But like right now, this is like one of the reasons why the first point Junkertown is such a pain on attack is because these sight lines are insane for the red team.
Shield in 3.
You got Junkrat behind us to the right.
Like you see, this is a perfect example. So right here, you guys are playing the shield, and look, no one's pushing the cart. This is like one of those times where it's definitely you want to put it on the cart. It's kind of funny to see that you put it on the cart when you don't need to, and then you don't put it on the cart when you do need to. But that's okay. We're all still learning here. Junkertown is evil. Like no one's pushing the cart. How? It was only a couple seconds, but let's see. 39. It was about 2 seconds no one was pushing it. So, you know, 2 seconds in a minute, that's kind of scary.
Oh, thank you.
Oh man, where was your halt?
To the right.
Oh, you were doing someone in a VOD review last week, they kept halting an enemy Orisa standing behind a shield. You made the same mistake. Right, there's no way this halt's ever going to pull anything. You have to put the halt somewhere where the shield won't cover it. Like right here. Imagine if you still had halt right here. Right, you could pull all of them down. That's another thing too is excuse me. If you see that your team is like hardcore focusing the enemy shield, you can just wait for the shield to break.
To the right.
Oh,
Thank you.
Oh, replace shield. You took 200 damage because you didn't replace shield. Watch. You were at 400. You have shield. They forced fortify out of you, and you took half your HP because you didn't refresh shield. So refreshing shield is really, really important.
Tilt's on the bridge.
You're still sub 200.
Winston behind, he's on me.
Oh man, the diva got in. Uh-oh. Man,
Steven.
you're both healers dead. You're dead. Yeah. Wow. It's so weird to see like a small lapse. Let's see how long you had shield. Let's count
you.
seconds. All right. So we got it at 29, and we placed it at 31. So it was literally like a 2-second lapse, right? But those 2 seconds, the enemy team got a lot out of those 2 seconds. The diva was able to push through your shield in that point. I don't know what your Moira's health was before, but it's hard to say. It's hard to say if she did or didn't take damage because there was no shield. But in like those 2 seconds, the red team got like a decent health advantage because we didn't refresh a shield.
Tilt's on the bridge.
Winston behind, he's on me. Steven.
Yeah, you die here. There's no way. Oh, you guys do get back. Okay. Diva had to touch. I think your diva could have waited to touch. There was still 7 seconds. She could have like hung out in the wing. She did not have to go in so early and lose mech. Yeah, she went into, or sorry, your Zarya, excuse me, not your diva, your Zarya. She went in too early. She could have like hid this corner and like ran in at 2 seconds. Interesting shield. See, like this is funny because now is the time where you do have corners, right? There's a corner here, there's a corner here.
I can get on it. I can get on it.
Yeah, you were so, I was about to say you weren't shooting, but you're so focused on touching it, you're not shooting, and that makes sense. There's nothing you could have done about that. Okay, so you guys are running, I think, is this guy gonna pick Roadhog? I don't know. This is also like post Mercy nerf, so I'm really surprised you guys are still running Mercy. Actually, no, actually I take it back. Mercy and Bastion kind of go well together. But let's see. What's your last hero? It's a diva, okay. Again, if you are, ooh, this is a really terrible Bastion position. This is super bad. Right? The whole point of playing Bastion is here, let's go like this. So you've got what, the spawn here, you've got like this bend here. This is the high ground, and there's like this door with this room here with like another door and another door. The whole point of Junkertown, Bastion, and Widowmaker on both sides is because the sight lines are so long. But your Bastion setting up right here, he's literally like handicapping himself for a couple of reasons. So number one, let's go with red. So let's say this is your Bastion. Number one, once the cart gets here, the distance between the red team and the blue team is going to be very small, which is not what you want as Bastion. You want those long sightlines to blow up their tanks, blow up their shields, etc. Let me erase this line. So yeah, that's rip. So that's not good. And yeah, he's literally gonna be shoot for like 2 seconds and then he's gonna die. I bet you. Oops, no, those buttons. There we go. But yeah, you guys should have. I definitely think you should have set up in that door and just pressure them, and then like retreat when they try and get set up. Also, another quick thing is, remember, the shield is lasts 15 seconds and the cooldown's 8 seconds or something like that. So you want to have a shield down at around like 2 seconds before the game starts, so you'll have another shield ready sooner. Because when you shoot it right as the round starts, you're reducing your shield uptime because you need at least 8 more. You need at least 8 more seconds from then to place a new one. Versus placing it before the round starts, you only need like 2 seconds. Oh, I would be careful. Oh, I'm
Junkrat's
kind of afraid
far
they're gonna flank your bastion.
side.
Oh, look, see, he finally moves, but
They're all far
that's
left.
good. Shield, new shield, refresh the shield, refresh the shield. Oh god, refresh shield! Refresh shield! No! This is like, Orisa Bastion, the most important thing is refreshing the shield and Orisa Torb.
Keep shield down.
Ooh, that was close.
Base is low.
Keep us diving.
Okay.
Watch out, soldiers coming in.
I like the body blocking from you and Diva here.
Keep shield.
Oh, you messed up the shield. Uh-oh.
He was
Oh,
one.
bad shield. Sorry, Bastion.
Okay, you realize you messed it up. Good. Target selection's good.
Mercy's-
Oh, your Diva. Oh, wait, what
Soldier
happened?
Bastion.
Oh, the shield broke and then soldier shot you in the face. I think you're
Somebody
getting
cut.
healed too. Hang on. Your healers were a tad slow healing you.
Somebody's, yeah.
Oh, it's more healing, so it's over time. So she is healing you, but it didn't have time to ramp up.
Mercy's to the left.
Oh my god, the heals, the pocket bastion.
Y'all don't
This
have a
is
shield,
insane.
careful.
He's down. Rest is down.
Again, this is the same mistake you made on your final defense. A little too aggressive with the
Rest is
shield,
down.
right? You just need to place it in a door so you can duck in if they break it, or if you need to wait for a cooldown or something. And you could even argue you need to put it on this door so your Moira has cover. But to place it here, it's not the worst shield, but there's better shields like in this situation. Right, because look, the Junkrat's so close, he can just walk through. Diva can just walk through. Wow, he's not walking through.
Junkrat's one.
Oh my god, he's so weak. Okay, that's a good kill. Where was the
Junkrat's
fortify here? Let's see. I think you got scared again and fortified too early. Right, you're standing behind your shield and you fortify. That's unfortunate.
Junkrat's one. New shield in two.
Ooh. Uh-oh. See, ooh.
New shield in two.
No, you can't. This shield, you can't. There's no argument that this shield's too aggressive because you have to be playing here now. And the Diva dives your backline. Uh-oh. It's not looking good. I think the Diva's gonna clean up. I think you have to 180 and break her mech. Right here, right when she dives through. I think you have to 180 and go on her because look at your Mercy. She has like 50 HP.
Oh my god.
Rip. Yeah, they're all dead. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, Diva just like ran over me like a car.
Oh no.
It was a good game though. I think we've seen.
That's rough.
How do I put this? You are a very teachable student. You're really improving on a lot of things. We saw much better halts from your last review. Your reloading is definitely improved. I think there's like a couple reloads that you should have done, which is not something I say much. But I didn't really see any reloads you shouldn't have done. Just I think there was like one or two like you should have reloaded here, and then you kind of see when it affected the game because you didn't reload. Shield placement, definitely try and place it near those corners more. That's gonna help with the survivability. And yeah, there's really nothing to say about getting excited and like pushing in because it happens to everyone. It's just it's a balancing act between getting excited and still playing well. Because we got excited, then we had bad positioning, and then they kind of snowballed our defense at that point, and that's okay. It happens to everyone. It definitely happens to me on Zarya. I'm like, yeah, I'm full charge, keep going, but I'm like, oh, I don't have a barrier, and then I die and I lose all my charge. So I think one of the biggest things that's easy to fix for you is your supercharger placement. Definitely need to put those a little in a more safer positions, so you get more value out of them. And then the second biggest thing I think is placing your shields in more reserved locations, so it provides more or when I say more cover to your team, I already showed that example where you can't shield everything from the enemy, but you can give your team a safe haven to sit, right? If you sit on those stairs on point 3 defense, if you're in your whole team's there, you guys can contest the cart, you've got that mega health pack, etc., and it might be a little safer, or that door on the left hand side. But and the other thing is, this is kind of not Orisa specific, but Maybe a little bit, but when you're jamming with your allied Roadhog, make sure try your best to like keep that synergy going. Communication. Try and play together. It wasn't like all your fault or anything. Your Roadhog was definitely playing away from you. He was getting more aggressive from maybe he got a little excited from your guys' attack. He's like, I'm doing work, but part of why he was doing work is because you guys were playing so well together. Let's see. Shield, your fortifies. You had a few fortifies that were unnecessary. You like got scared and used it while standing behind shield. Try your best to kind of minimize those. But overall, your fortifies were pretty okay. Um, I was saying how you need to work on having more reserve shields. On the flip side of that, especially when you're on attack, there are times when you can go for those more aggressive shields, right? Especially when you're fighting the enemy Orisa, like we saw in that first point push. Right, the enemy Orisa was kind of there. Your team was winning. You can take that opportunity to place a more aggressive shield, not too crazy aggressive, but aggressive enough to keep pushing them back, maybe secure a kill or two. What else? Reloading, supercharger, fortify, shields. Target selection was good. When the enemy healers are overextending, you're on them. Maybe it kind of was lacking near the end there, but like you were on the Diva for the most part, you're on the Bastion for the most part. So I think your target selection is pretty good. Maybe like that it just needs some trimming around the edges, but for the most part, it's pretty spherical. Um, I think that covers everything I usually cover. With Orisa. So, Caden, thank you again for another VOD. Your VODs, like I said, are really great. I always enjoy viewing them. I mean, I can talk so long about your gameplay. It's been like an hour and a half now. So, thank you again for the submission. Um, Guys, if you like this video and you learned something, give it a like and definitely subscribe on YouTube. You can you can definitely check out my Twitch where I do these live, aka, for example, Chrono Dota coming with the 21-person host. Dude, thank you so much, man. Hope you had a good day of competitive games. Dude, thank you so much for the host. Welcome, Chrono Dota viewers. We are just finishing up an Orisa VOD review. So you're going to hear me be plugging all my social medias right at the end here, so forgive me. Kaden, also, thank you for the 100 bits. I really appreciate it. So like I was saying, if you like the video, give it a like and subscribe on YouTube. You can watch these live on Twitch. You can also join my Discord, ask questions, etc. I have a semi-active Twitter that's mostly just about, content announcements. I think that's everything. Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, and Discord. Yeah, that's everything, guys. All those links will be in the description. Thank you guys for watching. Hope this was helpful, and have a good one.